Hi guys.
What's up?
Happy Thursday. Almost the weekend. Woo woo.
Turn up, turn up.
So I feel like it's been so long since we've seen you guys. Well, me. She been on the videos, stuff like that, but I feel like I ain't been on here forever.
It's been a minute. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. But did you guys like my video, my thank you video? I thought it was pretty dope. But we are using a, what is it called? Selfie stick.
Who did I see had this in a video?
Go up.
It was Carletta, I think that's her name. Carletta from My Lady and Me. I seen her with this selfie stick and I was like, oh my God, you gotta get that stick. We gotta get it from 5 and below. If your arms get tired easy from vlogging like this, it works. Catch that stick.
And y'all will see that Brittany's hair is always laid, no matter what. She always, some type of style. She's the diva.
I'm a game changer.
She's a game changer. But anyways, the reason for this video is we want to kind of tell you guys our coming out story. And we thought it would be a good topic to do, to kind of open up. But you want to go first, Britt?
Oh, you can go first.
Okay.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay, so let's see. I'll say, okay, like basically I'll start with high school. So all through high school, I had a boyfriend, okay, whatever. And I think it's because, of course, you're young, and that was when I had my first kiss. I didn't lose my virginity per se till I was like a senior in high school. So just back then, because my parents, I'm not going to say sheltered, but I was in a very strict household. So it was girls in my school that was gay, but I wasn't really like, I guess I really didn't know what gay was. I mean, I knew they was dating girls and stuff like that, but I didn't really know the specifics of it. And I would be looking at girls' booties and stuff like that. So I knew I had an attraction to females. I guess I just didn't really know how to act on it. So I would say about 2 years after high school, maybe, my parents, they had separated, and me and my mom moved to an apartment in the area that I live in now. And that was when I had my first encounter, like a real encounter with a female. Of course, when you're younger, you be dry humping. Y'all know about that dry humping with little neighbors, stuff like that, and all that stuff like that. So I did that before, but, my first real intense experience, I ain't gonna say intense, it was a drunken experience. And then after that, I kind of was like, okay, But like I said, I grew up in like a strict household, and my grandma was all religious and stuff like that. Not overly religious, but I continued to date guys basically to save face. I would talk to girls on the low, but publicly I would be dating guys. And so I remember I brought this one girl around my mom. It was her birthday. We had went out. And I don't think she really believed me when I told her, like, this is my girlfriend. Like, she just was like, oh, just a phase. I don't think she paid any attention to it because I think she had her mind set on, okay, my daughter's going to be with a man and, whatever. So I really don't think she paid it any mind. And so when I started dating Sherry, was when I really got serious. And I was like, okay, I need to come out. I came out to maybe 1 or 2 of my friends, but nobody in my family. So I have always been a writer when I talk about my emotions. It's hard for me to talk verbally, mostly to my mom, because she's a very strong-minded personality person. Say whatever she want to say, don't care how you feel type person. So I wrote her a letter, and that didn't blow over well. I think I wrote my grandma a letter too. She at least responded back to me in a manner, of course she didn't understand. So I went over and I actually talked to her face to face and tried to somehow break it down in a sense for her. Not saying that it worked, but I tried. And, her, of course, and my mom conversed back and forth, and my mom was so pissed off that I wrote her this letter. But for me, that was a way of me expressing myself to her. Um, when I told her that me and Sherry were getting married, that didn't go over well at all. Like, we were at dinner and it just ended in a night of tears for me. um, she did not come to our wedding. We actually stopped. Well, she stopped speaking to me for about what, babe, like a year and a half. And at that time, I was really just down. Like, I really was just like, every girl wants their mother to be a part of their special day. My stepdad, excuse me, my stepdad has been there, all throughout. And even though my grandma doesn't like it, she still has been active in my life. Like, she didn't just stop talking to me or anything like that. So that year and a half that my mom wasn't talking to me, it was pretty rough.
It was rough.
It was really hard.
Affected her really bad. Like, because at that point in time, we were close with my family. They all loved her. And at a point in time, I just kind of like pushed them away, I guess, and then made her come to my family, basically. And that was wrong. So throughout the process, we've learned a lot. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just had to put that in there.
But like she said, her family has been, like, excellent. Her mom treats me just like her daughter. And I always felt bad because I feel like I couldn't reciprocate the same thing for her from my family. You know what I mean? And I've lost some friendships along the way. Yeah. I'm not in contact like that with a lot of people like I was before. And I'm not going to per se put it on them because of my sexual orientation why they're not talking to me, but I'm just going to leave it as I don't have a lot of friendships that I used to have. And it took me a long time because I blamed myself for a lot of things that happened, whether it was with my family, friends, or whatever. I blamed myself for a really long time. And just, the last year, I think, is when I really just started to be like, this is just who I am. And I have to just accept that not everyone is going to agree. Not everyone is going to like. Not everyone is going to be on board. Like, oh, yeah, girl, hey, Sherry, hey. I had to learn that.
And I had to learn that, too. I had to learn just because she had friends, it didn't mean that they wanted to be cool with me, if that makes sense. Like, my friends are, just the ones that I hang with and I'm close with, they always ask about Brittany. They ask how she's doing. They want to, hang around her. And I had to learn that not everybody is like my friends. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not bashing anybody, but I guess I had a different type of friends. And I took it hard all the time. I was like, oh, why don't they want to hang with me? Or why don't they want to come over and say hi or hang out or whatever? Not every single day, but, why don't they just come over? Why don't they come over here and chill, basically. So I had to deal with that as well. But I got better, and I accepted that, so.
Yeah. And, like I said, at first, it used to really affect me. Like, I was really just broken down by any one little thing someone said. Any hurtful thing, it would tear me down. And I think now I have a huge backbone. A lot of things don't bother me. Yeah. And in a sense, I feel like I've kind of turned bitchy. But it's because I've had to. I've had to build that wall up with certain people to not let what they say or their opinions or how they act affect me. And even though my mom and our relationship has gotten way better, and, Sherry comes over for family holidays, and we do Christmases and Thanksgivings and things like that. Now,
have fun.
I can honestly still say I don't know how my mom feels because we don't talk about it. And I feel like one day, that day will have to come where we will have to have that conversation. Just because for me, I just want to know how you feel. Is it still the same? I know you're trying to understand and you're accepting more of it, but I still just want to know how she looks at me, how she feels. And I just don't feel like right now is that time. So right now I'm just taking everything as I'm getting it. I'm appreciating everything that is coming our way, how we're getting it, and just taking it day by day. But I do know that that conversation will come, and I don't know how it will blow over. But like I said, so to everyone out there, because our stories are so different. I didn't have the acceptance. She's had the acceptance. So my part is for everyone out there who goes through that, where you have family who doesn't accept you, or your relationship, or stops talking to you. It will get better. It doesn't seem like it right now, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
There is.
You just have to, honestly, you have to be patient. You have to know they from the old school. That's what I had to learn. They from the old school. So they don't understand the lifestyle. They don't understand the mental behind it. And everybody thinks that it, you know, even guys, they'd be like, oh, I see you went to the other side. I guess the nigga wasn't treating you right. But it has nothing to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with that. And the sooner people are not so closed-minded, this world would be it's a better place.
It's 2015, people. Like, honestly, like, my thing is like, okay, maybe back in the day it wasn't a big thing, and that's fine, but it's time for change. And I just feel like love doesn't have a gender. And I feel like if you love someone, you know, go for it. I just feel like people judge a lot of two-mom or lesbian couples. They just, I don't know what it is. I guess it's just not the norm for them, so they feel like it's wrong. But
and another thing I had to learn, too, was I had to respect my mom's opinion. I just was so mad at her, like, how could you do this to me? I'm your daughter. But the same way that I want her to respect me and my feelings, you have to genuinely give it back.
Yeah, you have to.
Whether you like it or not, you have to.
Yeah. Okay.
So just keep your head up. It will get better. I promise. Like, it will.
So, my story, I mean, yeah, definitely hold the
stick
sticks in my hand.
I know you about to talk with your hands.
No, seriously. But, like, my story is, it's pretty simple. I mean, in high school, I played a lot of sports, you know, so people already had their assumptions. They already probably knew. I did have, like, 1 or 2 boyfriends, I think 2 boyfriends. It was one when I was in 10th grade, and then one when I was in 11th grade. But, like, it was just a cover-up, really, you know, like, honestly, at that point in time, I was playing basketball, I was playing all types of sports. I really didn't have I didn't have time for someone. I was doing travel basketball, and I really didn't have time. So, at that point in time, it was like, I was around girls, you know what I'm saying, all the time. On the weekends, when we went away, I was sharing rooms with girls. We were, you know, hanging out, and that was my attraction. As far as my mom and my family, I think they knew. They knew already. Everybody knew. I mean, pretty much it was...
Why do you keep checking in my hand?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But everybody knew, you know, for the most part. And if they didn't know, then they wouldn't ask me. Nobody asked me, so... But when I told my mom, she was just like... Well, my aunt was the first person I told. And she was like, oh, I already know. And I was just like, okay, like, you know, whatever. So then it trickled down, and everybody in my family they accept it. So my grandmother is actually religious, you know, very religious. And you know, when she was younger, they went to church and things like that. So she's open. You know, she always asks about Brittany. They all ask about Brittany. They love her, pretty much. So. But my story isn't as detailed as Brittany's or whatever, but
yeah, she didn't have to go through the struggles.
I didn't. But really, honestly, I did have to go through it because we were married. So I was dealing with kind of not of the side of her family. You know, I was dealing with it, and I felt some type of way. I thought it was me. I thought many of the days I cried. I'm gonna be honest. Many days I cried, and I thought, okay, it was me. It was me that was doing it. But I learned, and everything's good right now. I mean, it's not 100, but everything's good. So that's my coming out story. You know, there's a stereotype if a girl plays sports and she don't hang out with guys, and you know, she be hanging with the girls. Automatically, people are gonna think. And I was tomboyish. I mean, I didn't wear any skirts or dresses or anything like that. It was sweats and shorts. And in the summertime, I would wear. Or when it was cold, I would wear jeans, but they wouldn't be tight. So it was very tomboyish.
Another thing I want to say is don't feel pressured to come out.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't let society make you feel like you have to come out, because you come out on your own time. You have to feel, ultimately you have to feel comfortable in your skin and have a tough skin, because society is a effed up place. It is. And for so long in Virginia, you know, we weren't recognized. Like, it was just this year or last year that we got recognized. But you still have those people who just, they gonna talk. They gonna talk regardless. So if you don't think that you're ready for that and ready for the tough skin and not the tough skin, ready for the negative comments, somebody gonna talk about you. Hell, whether you straight, gay, or not, you gonna be talked about regardless. Is it a bigger dynamic when you're in a same-sex relationship, or if you're gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, whatever? But as long as you're comfortable in your skin, you're happy, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Everybody else's opinion, it's not going to matter.
Yeah. And, you know, coming out, like, I think that, like she said, don't rush it, you know, don't rush it. And just take your time, you know, you don't have to rush it. But be yourself. You know, don't be something, or don't, you know, mess with people, or don't do this because you think that it's right. You know, eventually take your time, you know, but don't do something.
And if you know you gay, don't try to cover it up with the opposite, because ultimately you're going to make yourself miserable. Yeah. I did that for so many years, trying to put on face, and at the end of the day, it tears you down inside. It really, you know, it will get to you. Yeah. It will get to you. So,
but basically, we just wanted to tell you guys our story, and we are at, like, what, 16 minutes now?
Yeah, we ain't gonna make it too long.
We're gonna make it too long,
but if you have a coming out story that you've made a video to, or we haven't seen, or you just want to share your coming out story, leave those links below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I know she did a thank you video, but I want to come in and chime in and say just thank you guys for all the love and support that you guys have given us. The comments, everything, the likes, just tuning in. We really appreciate it. And we have a lot of amazing things coming for you guys.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions, whether it's for me or for Brittany, whether it's life in general, just ask us the questions and we'll do a video answering the questions. It could be anything at all. So, but that's it. We're wrapping it up, and we'll see you guys next video.
Bye.